I lived with an insane person in New York City for 3 months, and this is the full story time. So if you've been invested in my Roommate from Hell series, watch this whole video because I'm answering the most asked questions and I'm not leaving any details out. Let's begin. I started school in fall of 2021 in Manhattan, but I ended up really disliking the program, so I left after the first semester, and I had about a week to find a new place to live before they were going to kick me out of the dorms. I joined a women's housing group on Face Schmook, and that's where I found Sharon in her apartment in Upper Manhattan, which seemed like a dream come true because housing or rent is insane in Manhattan, and this place was going to be $1,100 a month, including utilities, and it had a big kitchen and a laundry room, so I was like, this is really ideal. This apartment seemed luxurious compared to the other options in New York, most of which were shoeboxes with like 4 people shoved in them. The day after I moved into Sharon's apartment, I flew back to Oregon to visit family, and then right after I got back to New York, I went on a week-long job trial. I was trialing as a nanny for these billionaires. Seriously, one of the wildest experiences of my life. I was gone most of the first 2 weeks. She loved that because she wanted a roommate who wasn't home. If I was around, she became visibly angry and irritated. I got back from my job trial and decided I was going to break up with my partner. At the time, the relationship was shitty, so I was a little bit depressed, you know? Going to school didn't work out, my relationship didn't work out, it was the dead of winter in New York. I just wanted to be home and watch movies in bed for a couple days. Also, just moved. I needed to unpack all my things and get settled, so I just wanted to like chill. Guess who hated that? I felt like I couldn't leave my room because if I did, she would find a reason to yell at me. If there was even a drop of water on the counter, she would like yell at me to come out of my room to point at it. I went on a second job trial a few days later, which is when she went in my room and accused me of defacing the AC and causing a bunch of water damage. This was my final straw with when it came to having a lock on my door. I had wanted to put one on and had even asked if I could, and she said no, that it was a fire hazard because of the fire escape, which didn't make sense because she had the fire escape attached to her bedroom window. I could tell on other occasions that she had been going in my room. I grew up with a sister, okay? I know if my stuff's been moved around, and she was going in my room. It is 7 a.m. and she's blowing up my phone saying there's all this damage, and I say, can you send me a picture? Can you send me a video? Which she doesn't. She's like, you ripped the AC out, you defaced the AC, which I did not. There's a side panel that slides open, so I slid it open because my room was like 80 degrees in the dead of winter. I say, I will be home in a few hours, please just wait. I will be home soon, can you just leave it? I get home and surprise, surprise, there is no damage. All of my stuff has been moved, and she put some tape over the AC unit, but it is exactly how I left it. There's no damage, she has no proof of damage, she doesn't send me anything. All she says is that she had to have it reinstalled while I was gone, apparently all that morning, and that it cost several $100s and I need to pay for it. Absolutely, I will not. In total, I've spent probably less than a week actually sleeping in the apartment at this point. She starts inventing all these crazy rules, like I'm not allowed to open the blinds because I might break them. I'm not allowed to throw lettuce in the trash can because I'm going to make it stink. I'm not allowed to have phone calls in the living room. But just in case I didn't get the hint that she didn't want me in the space, she decided to remove all the TV remotes and other things from the common space. You know how you can hear her stomping in all those move out day videos? Well, she would charge like that down the hallway in the middle of the night. I would wake up and my heart would start racing. I was just so afraid of her. I started sleeping with stuff piled in front of my door and a taser next to me, but I was like, I'm done doing this. I decided to seek out the building manager and was like, hey, I really want to put a lock on my door. Is this allowed? And he said, yes, of course, we'll come install it for you. And I was like, I'll just do it myself because I don't want to have another screaming fight with her. I just wanted to move home to Oregon at that point. I was terrified living there. Going to school didn't work out. My relationship didn't work out. Living in New York and that apartment didn't work out. And I was so miserable and depressed. I just wanted to leave. So the day I put the lock on my door, we got into this huge screaming fight. I gave her notice on the spot. I was like, I'm done. I've had enough. Like, affects me a little bit. So sorry. I need to take a deep breath. Okay. After I gave her notice, she told me I needed to pay the next month's rent or move out immediately. Simultaneously, while threatening to change the locks on me, she also was begging me not to move out and told me I was her ideal roommate and that she actually loved having me here and I was the best roommate she's ever had. Yes, I have been very respectful of you, but meanwhile, you've been yelling at me every single day if there's a singular hair in the bathroom or a drop of water on the kitchen counter. I kept my family updated on what was going on the entire time. My sister said, hey, I'm gonna help you come move out. I'm gonna bring extra luggage. I'm gonna bring it back to Oregon for your move. On one of Sharon's better days, I told her that my sister was coming to stay and was very respectful about it. I was like, hey, are you cool with this? She was like, yeah, totally. We'll pull the air mattress out. And we agreed to this before I ever moved in, that it was okay if I wanted to have a friend over, sister, partner, etc. But then Sharon decided to invent a no guest policy. If I so much as tried to have my sister step foot in the apartment, she was going to change the locks and throw me out. This fight about my sister coming went on every single day up until my sister arrived. She removed everything from the apartment. The bar stools, everything in the kitchen, the cookware, the bathroom mats, the shampoo, conditioner, the toilet paper, which I helped pay for, all the cleaning supplies, the carpet, all the throw pillows, any candles, decor. She took the art off the walls, took the nails out, patched the holes over with putty and painted over them. She wouldn't so much as leave any of her toiletries in the bathroom. Like, she took her toothbrush out and I was like, does she think I'm crazy? Does she think that I'm going to do something to her toothbrush? Like, she's the crazy one. What does she think I'm going to do? So that made me paranoid. So then I was like, well, shit, I shouldn't leave my toothbrush in the bathroom either because she's the actual crazy one. So what if she does something to my toothbrush? She wouldn't even leave, like, food in the kitchen. Do you think I'm going to poison you? Do I need to worry about you poisoning me? She was making me paranoid. She treated me like I was a filthy animal. She covered all of the couches in sheets, the kitchen table in a blanket so that I wouldn't use it. She just covered everything. I don't even think it's going out on a limb to say that this woman is incredibly OCD. Like, I was in the kitchen one day and she would obsessively vacuum and clean and she vacuumed over my foot. I was standing there making breakfast and she vacuumed over my foot. My sister's visit was a bit of a shit show. She yelled at my sister and was very nasty to her. And I was like, this is not okay. Like, if you want to treat me like this, fine, I'll put up with it. But I'm not subjecting my sister to this at all. We would get up early, make breakfast, leave the apartment, hang out, check out some places in New York, come back. She helped me pack a bunch of shit to take back to Oregon and was on her way. 1 week later was my official move out day, which is the footage I've been sharing with you guys this week. My friend Jalen, who I went to school with, came to help me ship a couple boxes and also to be a witness to the whole situation because I knew that Sharon would be 10 times as bad as she was in those videos had I not had another person there to kind of diffuse it. If you think she's crazy in those videos, you have no idea. You have no